Introduction. What is real? I'm not strange, weird, off, nor crazy. My reality is just different from yours. The Cheshire Cat, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. What if Alice didn't fall into a fantasy, but into a different layer of physical reality? One where emergent consciousness interacts with quantum uncertainty. What if the caterpillar's mushroom wasn't just metaphorical, but a doorway to a different mode of cognition? This video explores the intersection of emergentists' philosophy of mind, quantum theory, and altered states of consciousness, often accessed by psychonauts or explorers of inner worlds. These altered states, whether induced by meditation, psychedelics, or dreams, challenge the idea that waking perception is the only valid window into reality. By viewing Alice in Wonderland as a metaphorical case study and psychonautic reports as data, I argue that consciousness is not fixed, but plastic, emergent, and participatory, a quantum-like force that can both reflect and reshape the world it perceives. Part 1. Psychonautics as exploration of emergent mind. A psychonaut, literally sailor of the soul, ventures into altered states of consciousness through psychedelics, sensory deprivation, or extreme meditation. These journeys reveal experiences that challenge the boundaries of physicalism. Users often describe disillusion of ego, non-local awareness, timelessness, and interconnectedness. Are these hallucinations, or are they windows into a higher order whole? As one psychonaut described in a 2020 study, I felt like I was not in my body, not even my thoughts, just awareness, watching things happen. Such reports resemble quantum concepts, observer effects, non-local entanglement, emergent complexity. From a supervenient emergence view, these altered states may arise when the usual pattern of parts, neural activity, shifts, causing a reconfiguration of the emergent mind. Part 2. Alice is a psychonaut. In Alice in Wonderland, Lewis Carroll, a logician and mathematician, crafted a surreal world where the laws of space, time, and identity unravel. Alice shrinks and grows without cause. Logic loops, language becomes paradox, time is broken. I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. In Wonderland, Alice experiences ontological instability, just like a mind entering a non-ordinary state. The caterpillar's question, "Who are you?" is not rhetorical, it's quantum. The self is not a fixed particle, but a superposed state, changing with each observation. In this light, Wonderland is not a fantasy. It's a model of emergent cognition, stripped of classical assumptions. Part 3. The mind as a quantum wonderland. Supervenient emergentism proposes that the mind is a physical whole that emerges from a complex arrangement of physical parts. But under certain conditions, such as in a psychonautic state, these arrangements shift and new mental geometrics arise. In psychedelic states, perception itself becomes entangled with what is perceived. The boundary between subject and object dissolves. This resonates with John Wheeler's vision of reality. The universe does not exist out there independent of us. We are inescapably involved in bringing about what is. From this view, the self, like Schrödinger's cat, exists in multiple potentialities until observed and reflected upon. Part 4. Wonderland Rewired. What altered states teach us? If consciousness is not static but plastic and participatory, then altered states are not distortions, they are revelatory variations. They reveal that the self is an emergent process, not a fixed entity. Time, space, and identity are co-created by cognition. Consciousness can explore its own structure and recode its architecture. The mushroom, the tea party, the Red Queen, all symbols of cognitive reassembly. Psychonauts, like Alice, fall down the rabbit hole and emerge changed, often with a deepened sense that their reality is layered and that perceptions are what shape the world we see. Roger Penrose speculated that consciousness may rely on quantum structures in the brain, an idea furthered by his work with Stuart Hameroff in orchestrated objective reduction. This theory holds that microtubes in neurons could support quantum coherence, allowing mind to interface with indeterminate possibilities. Whether or not Orch or R is correct, the idea resonates with the psychonaut experience, that we are not riding on matter, but co-arising with it. Part 5. A thought experiment. The caterpillar's coil. Imagine a neuroscientist takes psilocybin in a controlled setting. At the peak of her journey, she finds herself speaking to a version of herself that feels both ancient and childlike. It tells her, "You are an equation in the mind of the world." She returns unsettled but inspired. What if minds are resonant fields, emerging wherever matter becomes complex enough? What if experience is not trapped in brains, but flickers wherever structure permits emergence? If so, the caterpillar's question, "Who are you?" becomes a scientific one. And the answer is neither neuron nor soul, but emergent coherence, an identity that is much a wave as it is a particle. Conclusion, through the looking glass. If supervenient emergentism is true, then the mind is not like a passenger. It is a navigator of probability, attention, and experience. Like a quantum particle, it exists in possibility until observed. Like Alice, it changes as it travels. And like a psychonaut, it learns to look inward to fall outward, into the deep structure for reality. The psychedelic and the philosophical and the quantum and the poetic all point to the same thing. We are emergent phenomena, surfing a sea of uncertainty, yet capable of reflection, creativity, and transformation. Or as the Mad Hatter said, "You're entirely bonkers, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are."